It's the kind of money most of us only dream about. But today, an English football club broke a world record by paying £50 million for a player. Alan Shearer moved from Blackburn Rovers to his hometown Newcastle United, and they were changing the shirts there today. Shearer's salary will be the stuff of dreams too, running into thousands a week. In the northeast, there was jubilation. In the northwest, devastation.
The bid to win the services of Alan Shearer has dominated the thoughts of many premiership bosses and their bank managers for most of the summer. However, in recent days, the highest profile of those has seemingly backed off, with Manchester United's Alex Ferguson saying the chances of Shearer moving to Old Trafford had cooled. Now confirmation from Newcastle of the biggest transfer in world football.
We have signed Alan Shearer. It's a world record fee that we've paid, and we're delighted, obviously. But it just shows you the ambition of a team like Newcastle United. We are the biggest thinking team in Europe now. We're not the biggest, most successful team yet, but we're the biggest thinking, and we have tremendous support from above, which allows me to buy players. And I like buying players.
Shearer was always going to come at a hefty cost. His 5 goals in Euro 96 made him the leading scorer in the tournament and lessened Blackburn's grip on their most valuable asset. Suddenly, he was a must-have. He told Blackburn he wanted to listen to all offers and they could do nothing to stop him. The fee of £15 million beats the previous British record set by Liverpool for Stan Collymore by more than £6 million. And looking at the top transfers, it's easy to see Newcastle could have afforded other players many times over, but they chose Shearer. On the surface, his arrival would seem to spell the end for last year's Golden Boy, Les Ferdinand. Not so, according to Ferdinand's manager, John Smith. He says Kevin Keegan has confirmed that his 2 strikers will play side by side, creating what he believes will be the most frightening combination in world football. Shearer is the only player in the Premiership to score 30 goals in 3 successive seasons. Newcastle will now be hoping that trend continues. Philip Martin, Sky News.
And we'll have more on that in our sports spot later.
In the meantime, over the handing in of terrorist weapons of the Newcastle fanzine, the number 9. Evening, Steve.
Yes, evening.
Highly relevant title to your fanzine, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Whether that'll be Alan Shearer's shirt, is yet to be decided, as Les Ferdinand currently holds that shirt.
Absolutely. Do you think the partnership of Ferdinand and Shearer will work, or is Ferdinand's days numbered?
Well, I'm glad I don't have that particular job to pick. Les Ferdinand for me was fantastic last season, and I cannot see any reason why Ferdinand and Shearer can't play alongside each other. They did well enough for England when they played together. Let's just hope that Kevin Keegan keeps Ferdinand, keeps Shearer. I think it's fantastic. We've got a front line now with £31 million. It's fantastic. The times have definitely changed at Newcastle United.
There was a lot of talk over the summer about Shearer going to Man United. Do you think that makes the signing all the more sweet for the Toon Army?
Definitely. Manchester United, watch out next season. And we'll start with the Charity Shield. I think 3-0 and a certain Mr. Shearer getting a hat-trick. That sounds just about right.
We're seeing some footage here of him scoring some spectacular goals. Yeah. What do you think are his qualities? We're actually watching him playing against Newcastle from last season. What are his main qualities that he's going to bring to St James's Park?
Well, I've already said about Shearer in the past that he's your complete centre-forward. There's sometimes people confuse goal scorers and centre-forwards. I think Alan Shearer is the only person that I can name, apart from Gary Lineker in recent times, who he's the complete forward. He's a complete forward player. He scores goals with his head, scores goals with his feet. He contributes a lot more to the team. For a striker, he can be found at left back, right back, centre half when the going gets tough, and then when the going's easy, he's up there knocking the ball in the back of the net. Alan Shearer, to me, is the best signing since Kevin Keegan, and it only takes somebody like Kevin Keegan to make that kind of signing. It's fantastic for the club.
And you get the impression that whichever other club had come in for him, his heart has always been in Newcastle anyway. Are you confident that now that he's on board, the title will be coming to Tyne side next season?
You cannot predict things like that, but it's definitely looking a lot better now. I think if Manchester United had managed to sign Alan Shearer, it would have been, I think psychologically it would have been hard for Newcastle fans to take, especially after conceding the league the way they did. But now, having Alan Shearer, I think it's 1-0 to Kevin Keegan this season, isn't it? Let's just see what happens in 2 weeks' time at the Charity Shield and then take it from there. But if it comes to between winning the Charity Shield and winning the 2 league games, I know which I would rather have and which Kevin Keegan would rather have.
I can certainly guess. Steve Wraith, editor of Newcastle Fanzine #9. Thanks very much for joining us.